be able to come to you to say, this is what's happening. How do I handle this? And based on your attitude and your persona of being one, whether in church or outside of church, you would always give them the right, by God's grace, the right, guidance, the right support, and your life would always reflect the good things of Jesus Christ. I then finished it up. We are all soldiers for Christ, right? We all want to be soldiers for Christ. We all want to raise people. And these are some of the works we have to do. I'm not saying these are all the works we have to do, because it says faith without works is dead. These are not all the works. These are some of the works we have to do. But believe this. Your ability to hear from God doesn't replace the prophets. Neither does the prophet replace your need to hear from God. Because at the end of the day, we can't all do it alone. We have our prophets, we have people who have been placed in spiritual positions to be our covering. I used to say, when I was staying at Pastor Markin's house, I used to say, I never used to pray as much as I do now, because I believe that in his house he covered me. Nothing could happen. True facts.
Way back.
But let us believe. Our reality is as valid as our dreams and the work we put in. God bless us. I'm back in a different dimension. Alright, so we're going to go on a short break again and we'll go to the next agenda of the day.
Okay.
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Thank you.
Are we ready for the next agenda of the evening? Hallelujah. Hallelujah. All right. the next agenda for the evening is the conversation tagged Hear Us Out. I don't know who we're listening to, I don't know who we're hearing, but just hear us out. I'll call on who's going to anchor the evening, and the next agenda, Mr. Charles Chow.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Wow, that is the nicest greeting I've ever received. I think I'll come back, I like it already. So, I have the pleasure this evening of hosting something we call, or that's been called The Conversation. But before I get into what the conversation is going to be about, I'm going to introduce myself a little bit. Can I do that? Can I? Alright, so my name is Charles. You can call me Charlie. You can call me Charlie Boy. You can call me Boy. It's completely up to yourselves. And I don't always look this good because I'm coming from work. And on my way down, PK said to me, he said, you have to look good. He said, if you don't look good, don't come. So, I tried to make an effort. So this evening, the conversation that we're going to be having, we're going to have two conversations. Praise the Lord. We're going to have two conversations. Somebody say conversation. No. That was too African. We're in England. Make it a little bit more British. It's conversation. No. Hold on. Let's try this. Play me a little something. No, that's too aggressive. Something soft. Okay, there we go. And then John, give me some. There we go. Oh, hey. Alrighty. So, we're gonna bring it back a little bit. So we're gonna have a conversation. Say back to me. Conversation. Right. But for us to have this conversation, I need two volunteers. I need two volunteers from our younger generation, and I need two volunteers from our aunties, our uncles, our mothers, and our fathers. So I need two volunteers. I'm going to let you think about it for a minute, and I'm going to tell you what the first topic we're going to discuss this evening is going to be. So as you're thinking, you guys, I like that. So as you're thinking, the first conversation that we're going to be having is going to be around dressing. So dressing, dress sense, fashion. Auntie's excited, she's ready. She said, yes, this is what I came for. They'll hear me today. So the first topic we're going to talk about is dressing. And I know what everyone's already thinking, that we're going to be attacking the girls first. No, we're going to be doing the guys as well. So this is both male dressing and female dressing. So my two volunteers, volunteer one, sorry sir, Clinton. Please put your hands together for Clinton. And I've got my second volunteer. Auntie, please introduce yourself. Everyone, please put your hands together for Auntie Bully. Please put your hands together for Auntie Bully. Oh, this is getting heated. Alright, I need my second two volunteers. I need one more from the younger generation and one more. Auntie, please come up. See, my dad in the middle, please come up. Auntie, may I please ask you to introduce yourself? Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Auntie Bissy. Madam, sorry, I can't get to you. My microphone is. Please introduce yourself, please.
My name is Noah.
Woo! Please put your hands together for Leo. Alright, Richard, thank you very much. Right now. You guys are good. I'll pay you guys later. Don't worry. I'll pay you guys. So, the first conversation. Can I get 2 chairs on this side and 2 chairs on that side, please? For our panel this evening. Okay. So the first question I'm going to put to our panel, and I will open this up to the floor as well, so we'll all be able to engage and be involved in the conversation. The first topic that we're going to be discussing is dressing. Now, dressing is it's an interesting one to discuss. So we'll start with the older generation, and I'll pose a question to our panel. And that question is, does the way in which you dress and you carry yourself as a person, does that truly impact your relationship with God?
Personally, I think it does. Your personal relationship with God is something you do by alone. However, influencing other people outside to have that same relationship with God or winning souls for Christ, your dressing impacts on that. Because like Kumi was saying when he was talking to us, he said the Yoruba adage that says that the person that is going to give her a cloth, they will first of all look at the one you're wearing. So I think for somebody to be attracted to my God, I need to attract them. They have to see something attractive in me. Therefore, I'll make an effort to be appropriately dressed so as to attract other people and to know that my God is not a dirty God, my God is not a tattered God, and so
okay. Auntie, I'm just going to pick on something that's better. I'm just going to ask on something that you said. And that was appropriate. What is appropriate? Is something that was appropriate 40 years ago still appropriate today?
Yeah, well, it depends on culture, it depends on tradition, it depends on generation. I agree with that. However, for someone like me, it wouldn't be appropriate for me as a mother, a grandmother, to dress exposing my body, to dress and then not feel uncomfortable walking down the street and pulling down my dress or whatever. That's not appropriate for me. And that's not appropriate for me, and I don't think for any generation wearing short or going nude it's appropriate for anybody. That is not proper.
Give to the young generation to address the same question. So, the younger generation. Nudes. So what would your response be to that? Would you say that the way in which... Sorry, can everyone still hear me? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to put this down for a second. So the question that I'm going to propose to yourselves is, in response to what we've just heard, would you say that the way in which you dress, the way in which you carry yourself, impacts your relationship with God? And where do you differentiate between the way you dress and fashion? So do you do certain things for fashion, or do you do certain things because you're a believer in the child of God? So you can speak on behalf of yourself and on behalf of the generation as well.
Speak on behalf of males.
Well, basically, I dress for fashion, but equally, I dress so people will look at me and then be like, okay, he's fashionable, and he's still a believer of Christ as well. That makes sense.
Right. I'm so glad that you said that. So, you said you dress for fashion and you dress for Christ. Where do you get the balance? How do you strike the balance?
obviously, as she said, you can't just in huge, like, yeah, but I have a case where I've looked at many pastors and I've seen that they like right now wearing Jordans. You know, seeing many pastors wearing Jordans and stuff like that, or you know, you see I have rips in my, you know, but some others will say, oh, that's a bit, you know, but to me, I think, oh yeah, that's
I'm going to ask you the same question, and this is going to be quite controversial. I'm going to ask you the same question. Would you say that the way some of your sisters in the faith dress is fashionable and represents Christ, or would you say that it's fashionable and represents the world? Be very careful because they're all watching. They're all watching you. I can't save you.
I think women were made beautifully. So obviously,
Hey.
when they,
That was politically correct answer.
yeah, so obviously some women will dress to show what obviously God.
You could even just show like, you know, you're blessed. Everything double. Yeah. So, is it fashionable? Is it fashionable and represents Christ, or is it fashionable and represents the world? In fact, is there a difference?
I think as long as you
Or
look
should they be
respectable,
different?
as long as you look respectable, obviously you can't go overboard, but as long as you look respectable, then I don't see personally, but like if I was to see a girl and she, you know, dressed to her assets and she still looks respectable, like she's not showing her skin or anything like that, but she still looks, you can still look good and not show skin at the same time. So basically, I think alright, that makes sense.
Okay. I'm now going to throw that same question back to, oh, there's a mic right there. I'm now going to throw it back to this side, and after I throw it to the old generation, I'm going to open it up to the floor to get an understanding that we can truly understand, is there a difference between dressing fashionably for Christ and dressing fashionably for the world? Should there be a way and a standard that we abide to, and what is that standard? So I'll ask my aunties on this side. They said that, sorry, remind me of your name? Clinton said that he embraces and he thinks that it's okay for a woman to embrace the God-given gifts that she's been given. And if she wants to carry that way, if she wants to portray that in a way that allows them to be on show, then that's fine. What would your response be to that? Yes, Auntie.
Praise the Lord. I first want to sing you a song. I am fearfully made. I am wonderfully made. I belong to Jesus. Glory be to God. I am fearfully made. I am wonderfully made. I belong to Jesus. Glory be to God. Hallelujah. As you can see me so, I resemble him. Yes. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. So for me to display what God has put in me, I don't have to expose it. I don't have to expose it because there is respect in coverage. Because that is what they prostrate for. That is what they pay money for. So for me to now put it on trade, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Look, when I go to my designers, I always tell them, please make me a dress that I can wear to church and that I can wear to a dinner. I love party and I love dressing up. Yes, but at the same time, I love looking respectable. And I'll tell you something. When I was 18, I've said it many years ago before to our youth. I tested my daddy. His blessed memory now. My daddy didn't fail, and I was disappointed. I was going out that day. That time we used to wear, we call it lomboji. God bless you. That is a dress, but it has an elastic band here. Wow. So when you wear that dress, you will pull it up and it will be short. There is elastic band here. I have one of those, so I have to stand because oh Kamilara. What can I say that in English? I'm very hot in my country. So I have that clothes, and I know my father was a disciplinarian. So I just thought, okay, I can't wear these clothes outside. Let me test him and see his reaction. So I wore it that it was an afternoon. I wore it and I pulled it up where I was supposed to look. Ordinarily, I would have pulled it right down to cover my ankles and be doing like that. But I did it the way it should be. So I just went and said, hello, Daddy. Hello. Okay, sir, I'm going to. She said, okay. He said, Bumi. I said, sir. Wear it properly. Go and change or wear it properly. I said, So I pull it up, I pull it down. I said, okay, that was sir. So I was allowed to go. So what I'm saying is, if it is not allowed in the house, I don't want to go and do it behind him. I don't want to do it behind him. So I tested him. It didn't fail, but I failed woefully because I couldn't wear it the way I wanted. So what I'm saying in essence is, whatever you are not comfortable with, whatever that will expose the treasure in you, is not acceptable. I was speaking with Possy's mom. Is got a mom in Guildford, the landlady. She's like a mother. Because he said, don't worry, just put your washes there, do this, we will test him for food and all that. We met a man that we were just chatting, and the man said, during their time, they spent a lot of money to buy clothes. And then, when they see people in tattered jeans, then they sorry for them. They always shake their head, oh my shame, it's a shameful. These people are so poor. They are suffering. The man said, but nowadays, these same tattered clothes, if they are not expensive, he said there's no sense in that. I didn't even say anything, I just said, So what I'm saying in essence is both ladies and guys, you don't use expensive money. The work you work so hard to go and buy tattered jeans, rags. There is no fashion in that. As far as I'm concerned, there is
Sorry guys. Sorry guys. Let's just bring it back to the front. I can see it's heated. It's getting heated. Auntie, have you finished your point?
So, to round up, when I want to dress, I want to dress to kill. I always like to dress. You know, I'm a very tall lady. And when I carry myself, I want people to look round and say, wow.
Come on, put your hands together for Auntie.
So I just have to expose my boobs or my bum and everything before they look at me. You look presentable, neat, expensive and elegant, man.
Expensive and elegant. Now, before I open it up, I'm going to allow the younger generation to respond. Because Auntie, I think you've got them heated. You turn the pressure cooker up. The stew is boiling. So I'm going to throw it back onto this side. And I'm going to allow, was it Lewa? Lewa. Please, let's know your thoughts on that. So Auntie said that you don't have to put everything out on show. You don't have to display everything that you've been given. You need to look nice, elegant, and expensive. What would your response be to that?
Before I speak, nothing I mean is out of offense, first of all, so that nobody gets offended by what I say. And I totally agree with everything that Mommy has said. I totally agree with everything that Mommy's just said. I understand that, especially us as females, we shouldn't dress in a way that causes men to lust after us or whoever to lust after us. Pardon? They will lust anyway, but we shouldn't be the cause. Like, we shouldn't encourage that as well. So I understand that, and I also want us to understand that years ago, they dressed completely different to how they dress now. Like, as much as we would like to stay, let's say, the same as years ago, where the dress started here and ended here,